Hey guys, I'm just gonna be talking today a little about cutting and reasons why you shouldn't do it, reasons why I think you shouldn't do it. I mean, a lot of people say that cutting isn't like, a lot of people say that cutting is a good way to relieve pain and a good way to relieve stress. It doesn't relieve anything. It actually makes it worse. Like, people think that cutting will solve all your problems. Like, oh, people think that, oh, my mom yelled at me today, let me cut myself, see if it makes it better. No, it's not going to make it better. Like, if you really think that cutting yourself is going to relieve everyday problems, then you honestly have something wrong with you and you need to go to the therapist because that's really wrong. Like, you shouldn't be thinking that. Like, so, one of the reasons, cutting is not a safe haven. Um, Trust me, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, a lot of my friends have cut themselves and told me that, because I have problems in my own home, like, my mom constantly yells and stuff, but, like, I don't take it to heart or anything because, like, I know she's having problems of her own, but, like, people say that cutting is a safe haven, and it's really not, guys. It's really not a safe haven. To be it's nothing to be proud of. Cutting is not something you should be proud of. If you're proud of cutting, then I don't know what to say. If you're proud of cutting, that's really bad, and you need a mental institution because that's really, really bad when you get to the point that you're not ashamed of cutting. Um, Cutting doesn't solve your problems. A lot of people say that cutting is going to, like, I mean, obviously it's gonna make you think of cutting, but it's not gonna make you stop thinking of the problems that you have in your life. You're still gonna think of stuff like school. If you're in college, you gotta think of college. If you're trying to buy a house or a car, you still have to worry about that. You're still stressing over everyday stuff. If you're cutting over everyday problems that are nothing to get worked up about, and you're cutting yourself over them, then you need a mental institution because that is no reason to cut yourself. If that's no reason to cut yourself at all, that is a stupid reason. If you think that is a reason, then you really need to be checked into a mental institution because that is really bad. If you get to the point where you think cutting for everyday little stressing things is a good way to relieve stress and stuff like that, then you need a mental institution because that's not good. If you get to that point, that's really bad. I'm sorry if I keep saying things over and over again. My mind is just, look. Um, People constantly say cutting isn't a mental problem. Yes, it is. If you honestly think cutting isn't a mental problem, then you need a mental institution. It's simple. If you think cutting isn't a mental problem, you are really mental. And you don't need to be around other people. Because you're a danger to other people and to yourself if you think cutting is not a mental problem. Because cutting is the most biggest mental problem I've ever heard in my life. If you think cutting is not a mental problem, you honestly think, sorry, if you think cutting isn't a mental problem, that is terrible because it is. Cutting is the worst mental problem I've ever heard in my life. Do you think scars on your skin is a good thing? That's not a good thing. Cutting is not okay. It's never okay. It's never been okay. Okay, so one of the biggest reasons that I found out cutting is not a good thing, and and the reason why you should never do it. This is the biggest reason. When you create the scars, you try to hide them. For the people who create the scars on your body by cutting, you try to hide them, and you think that, oh, nobody's gonna see my cuts because I'm wearing a sweater. Oh, nobody's gonna see the pain that I've endured by wearing like a sweatshirt or a cover up or something like that. Yes, they do. I know a lot of people who have cut themselves and tried to hide it from me and thought I'd never find out, and then only like 2 hours later I found out that they cut themselves. Really? You can't hide things from people. You cannot hide cutting from people of this world. People are going to find out about you no matter if you try or if you don't try. They're always going to find stuff about you that either isn't true or is true. And if you're cutting yourself, they're going to find that out. If you're not cutting yourself, that's a good thing, and people are going to think you're a good person. But if you're cutting yourself, people aren't going to want to be around you. They're going to feel like you're a danger to them. They're going to feel like they can't be around you because you're going to hurt them. So, if you're ashamed of the things you've inflicted on yourself, don't do them. If you're ashamed of the cuts and the scars that you've put on your own body to be there and sit there and remind you of the pain that you have in your life, you shouldn't do it at all. Because if you're going to try and hide your scars and you're ashamed of the scars that you've put on your own body, that you've inflicted on yourself, then you shouldn't do them at all. That's a really stupid thing to do. If you're ashamed of the scars that you've put on your own body, that you've inflicted on yourself, then you really shouldn't do them at all, because there's no reason that you should cut yourself and then try to hide them, because that's really dumb. I mean, that is really dumb. So, I wasn't trying to like make you guys feel bad or anything. I wasn't trying to make your day worse or anything. If it was bad today, I'm sorry. I hope your day and your week possibly gets really better. I really want you guys to feel happy and loved in this world. I know a lot of people in this world can be cruel and cold and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be. I'm actually trying to be your friend and show you what is better for your life and what is better for you. So, I really hope this video helped you guys. If you watch this video, I'm actually really glad you watched this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it helped you. If you're cutting, I really hope it helped you realize what is good for you and what is not good for you. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye.